Hi guys, long story short, today we're going to talk about Russians in American movies. Usually we are depicted as villains, goons and women who can be bought easily. However, recently this pattern has been changed slightly and it is being changed nowadays, so let's take a closer look at Russian characters in films and TV series. Disclaimer: if you are under 18, you're not a grown-up and you're not allowed to watch my video. Please leave. Eurovision Song Contest: The Story of Fire Saga. It's a comedy movie about a music band from Iceland who are trying to take first place in the Eurovision contest. One of their rivals is a flamboyant Russian singer named Alexander Lemtov, performed by British actor Dan Stevens. He is very eccentric, extraordinary. He wears colorful, bizarre outfits, throws luxurious parties, and sings a song about a line of love. But it seems that Alexander has his tiny secret.
To ask you something.
Sure.
Okay. Are you gay?
No, of course not. I'm Russian.
No?
There are no gay people in Russia.
Statistically speaking, I think that's impossible.
Sure, you're 100%.
Gender fluid.
It's hilarious because this topic is really stigmatized in Russia and people prefer not to talk about it at all. Alexander has a plausible accent and we do sound similar, we Russians. My accent is a bit different. People say that I sound like, I don't know, a Polish girl or something like that. But usually Alexander is plausible. As to his appearance, I can't help it but to compare Alexander with our real Russian pop singer, Nikolai Baskov. Stranger Things Season 3. This season is invaded by weird Russian guys from KGB. These fellows are not worthy, so they are stereotypical, and let's not talk about them, but let's move to Alexei, Russian scientist. He's a brilliant scientist and he works for those bad guys from KGB and is tempted by vivid American culture. That may be true nowadays, because many Russian talented, gifted Russian people move abroad, seeking for a better life. They want their American dream to come true, and they are sophisticated enough, but they are They get low-paid jobs here back in Russia, and they want to move abroad and to earn a living. But back then, in 1984, it was not possible. Soviet people couldn't move abroad, they couldn't travel, almost nobody could. Well, maybe, I don't know, some famous artists had this opportunity. I don't know, maybe those who worked for KGB, but I've got no idea. I don't know anything about this topic. So this story doesn't seem plausible to me. I don't believe in such a story, but come on, it's a science fiction TV series, so it's absolutely fine to tell some lies here. At least they don't harm anyone, and still I like this guy. He has very controversial Alexei, but he's quite funny, quite amusing. Also, Alexei doesn't speak English, and it's so typical of us Russians. Really, if you come here, maybe it would be hard for you to talk to people in English, because usually they can say only hi and how do you do, and that's all. My name is, I'm from Russia, and that's all you can hear actually here.
Даю тебе еще год.
Так точно.
товарищ генерал. Я стану американским гражданином и буду веселиться, как все, да?
The Great. I'm sure you have heard of this TV series. Russian Empress Ekaterina the Second gets married and realizes that she has to fight for the future of Russia and her own happiness. I wouldn't call the characters close to the real historical figures, but they are entertaining. Their dialects are hilarious. However, if you are into history, I'm in two minds whether you should watch this TV series or not, because on the one hand, regarding history, we cannot be sure, we haven't witnessed the events. On the other hand, plot can be trustworthy. Russian historians will name you a bunch of mistakes that were made in this TV series. Still, it's satire, and we should treat it like that. I know that some Russians get offended, they didn't like to be mocked. However, I am totally fine with it, totes. It's not a big deal, jokes are just jokes.
It is...
No, you don't talk, my love.
Oh, of course. Must be an enormous responsibility and honor to lead a country of such import.
It's actually not that hard. I'm happy to hear anyone's problems with me.
Red hate. I hope all of you understand that the hero of Arnold Schwarzenegger has nothing in common with us. His appearance, behavior, pronunciation, everything is false. It's a kitsch character who absorbed all possible stereotypes.
It's fouling up.
You did not make it, Victor. You kill a Chicago police officer, Chicago gets him first. I have my honor.
With this much pressure,
I give up. This whole thing's very Russian.
there's gotta be heat.
I take kills.
Deaths. I didn't like this TV series. Maybe I'm too humanitarian to get it. Who knows? However, in the first episode, we get acquainted with the talented Russian IT specialist, Sergei. And he is well reserved, modest, and absorbed with the digital world. And it's a very precise portrait of an average IT specialist from Russia. Any front-end developer, data scientist, or QA engineer. The most gifted ones learn English and they either move abroad or they get remote jobs. They work for foreign companies remotely and earn decent salaries. It's a very typical picture nowadays. More and more people want to work in IT, and that's just how things are.
This is your station?
But what am I actually doing here?
I'm not gonna tell you. Don't worry. You're gonna figure it out.
The Americans. KGB agents pretend to be a random American couple. They work for the Russian government, but their fake family becomes more and more real with every year. They are really spies, and that's some foreigners think of us Russians. That's a stereotype. We are not all spies. Random people have got no idea about this topic, and I'll leave a link here in the video where I tell you about that. And by the way, I should remind you that KGB doesn't exist anymore. FSB took its place. Some historians and critics claim that the characters and the TV series are quite plausible. They reflect the historic events, at least the first season. I haven't watched the TV series. I'm not into politics. Maybe I will somehow later.
They tell us what to do and we do it, but we do it, not them. So it's on us, all of it.
Red Sparrow. This movie, on the contrary, tells mainly lies of KGB. It's a merely entertaining farce, using stereotypical decorations that are intended to employ all the notions, mythical notions you might have of Russia. And regarding to the ballet, the main hero is a former ballet dancer. It's not that widely spread in Russia as you think. You can watch ballet mainly in Moscow, St. Petersburg, Yekaterinburg, but usually well of people wanting to show off and foreigners watch these performances. Ordinary people rarely go there, really. I've been only twice, I guess, in my life. I'm not into ballet. And usually all those people who go there, they don't get a thing in ballet, so... all these myths of that Russians love our opera and ballet, they're just myths.
Beyond all limitation. Take off your clothes. When we are finished with you, the person you were will no longer exist. Every human being is a puzzle of need. You must become the missing piece, and they will tell you anything.
Eastern Promises, a splendid, magnificent movie. I want you to watch it if you haven't already. It tells a story of a Russian mob family in London. It's not a stereotype, it's a well-known fact that many Russian gangsters live outside of the country. They live abroad and they are quite powerful. I know nothing about it, but I heard many critics claim that the movie is plausible and all the stuff about prison tattoos, Russian gangsters' habits are quite truthful. Rumor has it, while getting ready to Eastern Promises acting, Viggo Mortensen went to Russia, visited Russian jails, talked to those who were sentenced for many long years, and watched some Russian movies about that topic and so on. And I do believe that. I think he's a great actor and his character is really impressive. And his Russian accent is stunning. I really liked it.
You want to go for a drink?
What does this man want?
He wants the diary.
Forget any of this ever happened. Stay away from people like me.
Armageddon. Lev Andropov is a stereotypical representation of a Russian. He's a drunkard, he's a rude fellow, he wears a fur hat with ear flaps and a t-shirt with Soviet symbols. However, there is a peculiar moment in the movie when Lev demonstrates how Russians solve problems.
I'm telling you, please move! This is how we fix problem in the Russian space station! Because I don't want to stay here anymore! Yeah! Finally! We can go!
Yeah, that's true. When we can't assemble the furniture from IKEA or can repair something, we crash it or nearly break it into pieces. Black Widow. Natasha Romanoff, more commonly known as Black Widow, is one of dozens of heroes of Marvel movies. This year she's going to perform solo. This tough woman is a dark horse for me, and I'm looking forward to getting to know her better. Incidentally, I love Scarlett Johansson. She's adorable and I'm biased when the conversation goes to her, so I think I'll definitely going to like this movie.
Natasha, don't slouch.
I'm not slouching.
You're going to get a back hunch.
Listen to your mother.
Oh my God, this...
Up.
All right, enough. All of you.
I didn't say anything. That's not fair.
Moscow on the Hudson. A musician, Vladimir Ivanov, performed by late Robin Williams, is a musician who plays in the Soviet circus orchestra. During their circus tour in the USA, Vladimir sees a chance and stays in America. He makes his mind and to never come back to his homeland. And this was a real problem for many Soviet people who didn't want, especially creative ones, who didn't want to live in a society with closed borders, censorship, limited career perspectives, and lack of, clothing, furniture, some goods, and whatever. Such tours were a way to immigrate illegally, mainly. Our famous Russian actor, Soviet actor, Savely Kramarov, also moved to the USA. He performed Boris in the same movie, and movies with his participation were prohibited in the Soviet Union back then. Also, famous ballet dancer Michael Baryshnikov left USSR for the USA for good. Back to Moscow on the Hudson. Robin Williams was a brilliant actor, and his play is worth seeing.
What freedom? You can't walk down the street. Is that freedom?
Do you really think you were better off before in Russia?
It's freedom for a woman to spread her legs like that on a magazine? Hey, pal, you free?
Hey, excuses.
Hey, there's no freedom here.
Do you know any Russians in the movies? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and please spread a word of me. I'd like your friends to watch me also if they are interested in Russian culture, in lifestyle, and in a Russian language traveling. I'm going to release new videos about that too.